Good evening and welcome to the Psychic Coffee Shop. And we're going to try to get us up there. If we can't forget us, let's just go fucking you.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I've been working on it while we were coming in.
All right. Welcome to Psychic of the Plans, monthly edition.
Yes.
And we are back, hopefully on the Facebooks. Hopefully we went live. Who the fuck knows? It has been a weekend. It has been a fucking weekend.
It has. It's been an experience. So yeah, our Friday night started.
Friday started to be a day.
Well, Friday was already being a day, and then the rain rolled in, and we went into an internet outage, which we're in West Virginia. Trees fall, knock out a line. It's okay. It'll be up in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
24 hours later, we still had no internet.
Yeah.
We were well into Saturday night before that came back on.
Yep.
So yeah.
We had some fun. Y'all guys didn't get some live streams. We're sorry about that. We are going to do the monthly overview. That will probably, we have to look at the calendar here in a minute and plan it out.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to dig into July.
Okay.
It's time for some reflection collection.
All right.
At the stream.
Reflecting and recollecting. Hey, Devin.
Hi, Devin. How are you? We are sorry we haven't been on. We will probably do a vlog or something for the Patreons to really talk about some shit.
Oh, yeah.
So how was July? Because we went into a new planning system that went really large.
It did. I think he got overwhelmed a little.
We went into HP
well, overwhelmed is probably wrong.
Yeah, we went into
HP 90 is great. HP 90 is great. That's not my problem.
Okay.
I honestly think the multiple Ginorma planners.
Yeah. Trying to keep up with the old and move into the new, I think was problematic.
We started joking with, or I started joking with him earlier today. He was all excited about this bar cart at Big Lots.
Yes, it was quite cute.
And I just pointed out that because he was looking at this other little rolly cart, he was like, that would be really great for my morning basket, and I could have additional planner stuff on it. And I said, but the bar cart has more room on it for your morning basket, plus all your planner stuff and wine. There's room for wine. And wine glasses. There's room for wine glasses. Because that's where July went.
It did go to wine, but it was a very good wine.
For someone who can't drink, do I ever steer you wrong though?
No, you don't. But I still haven't gotten into my Boone's Farm yet. That's when we know everything has gone to Aeson's stress level of insanity.
True. But no, I have certain things that I will suffer to drink, or used to.
Right.
Like, not anymore.
Right.
Anymore, it's like, nope, not worth it, not worth it, not worth it. I'm too old for this crap. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't have time to be hungover for 3 days from one little glass of wine. But no, it means
I love you, and you probably won't hear this often. Lightweight.
No, I hear that. I'm called a lightweight all the time. I didn't know how bad it was though until
recent. So anyway, flipping through the planner, the catch-all done pretty well. We didn't do a lot on the monthly. And I think
the catch-all just basically got run through. Like, it got boxes.
Yeah, it got boxes. it got the day we started out trying to make the Happy Planner dailies work. That has been insane. And then we have this whole other tracking system going on with the HB90, which I think we met goal 1 this month. Goal 2, well, we got most of goal 2 done.
All right.
Because, you know, we didn't get all our shows this month. Gee, the internet, it's an issue. I haven't hit my weight
we
goal
lost
yet.
power.
Right.
And then we lost internet independently. That occurred in this month.
Right. But, you know, so this, I like the weekly, but we were doing it differently. This you really liked.
Yes, because that, like, don't get me wrong, the visual task blocks and how you've set those up, I can work with. But when you just break it down,
right,
and tell me what the numbers are, that I can immediately turn into your schedule,
right,
and not have the problem with. So that one is the bingo card, as we've learned to call it, or the bingo cards. That's probably been your most, like, love it, hate it, don't know what to do with it, it's not making me happy.
Right.
It's doing its thing. I don't like it doing its thing.
No.
Because it really isn't giving you the, like, it became more of a tedium to have to follow.
Right.
Than actual data, useful information.
Right. You know, and where everything is at. It was a problematical thing. Again, we're still trying to make Happy Planner daily sheets work. Yeah. Then we said, fuck it, we're doing our own. And that was by the 5th we had moved to that. So we went through that a little bit with just a side insert and like using one side of the Happy Planner pages. Problematical bullshit. I did do all my weekly reviews. We started tracking the numbers, which I went back and went, oh, let's go check our numbers so we could actually do that.
Right.
Yeah. Still kind of, you know, the task blocks. I love this and this. Hated all this. Like, it's pretty.
It is very pretty, but I think you get lost in the weeds with the daily pages.
Yeah.
And like, you start losing sight of goals, and you just start focusing on the daily tasks.
Right.
Which I think, and we'll get to that here in a little bit, you may have a better solution there.
Right.
Which is removing it from the planner for the dailies.
Right.
Entirely.
Yeah. And we'll get to, you know, what I'm doing this. We're just looking back at this month and some of the pretty, like, I love some of the decor we done. Like, I like the simple decor, and we're going to keep doing decor. Don't worry, decorating will always be a thing in this thing. Then I finally figured out how to use something that we had been trying to crack forever.
The 3-box.
The 3-box.
3-box weekly.
Yeah.
Because you'd always sit there and said, what kind of idiot has so little going on in their life that they think they need a planner with that looks like this?
No, honey, when I talk about that, it's when they've covered up the whole fucking box, the whole, like, half the page, like, mega side.
Oh, yeah. Sticker. Well, yeah, but you've still, like, that's the extreme version, I know. But you've looked at this multiple times and been like, what are you doing in your life?
Yeah.
What aren't you doing in your life?
Yeah.
That you can make this into a calendar. And cover all your bases.
Right.
Like, it your mind.
Right.
That, like, people live like this, and, you know, it was like a drive-by of a horrible, like, it was poverty porn for you. Like, who in their right mind?
Right. But we cracked it and we liked it.
Oh, awesome, Devin. Devin got a motorcycle.
Motorcycle. What type? How many cc's? And is it a 2-wheel or a 3-wheel? And what's its tank color?
Yes.
So we went over to Polish. Yeah.
I was going to say, if you didn't just catch, Aeson is a little bit of a motorcycle whore.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I'm a hot tub whore. He's a motorcycle whore.
Hey, I like my bikes. I can't wait till I can get my Spider in purple, touring class, and we'll get you a follow-along car.
Uh-huh. I'll be the worst follow along ever. I'll be like, bye. Y'all have fun. I will see you at the destination hotel. Please don't break down on the way.
Right. Well, I wasn't going to
the-
put you on the bitch seat. Ooh.
I think it's a 98
Yellow.
Honda Shadow 750 yellow.
Ooh. Nice, nice, nice. Do watch the plug-in that. The Hondas have a real bad problem with their plug not like the place it screws into gets screwed up on the spark plug.
It's okay, Devin. I caught it. And I have a brother that raced. Like, I knew that wasn't a thing for Honda.
Yeah.
Like 2998. No, that's not anything Honda.
Yeah.
That's a year.
So we went really big. We done the daily pages and started using some decor. Really like some of the decor we done. Like these pages this week were gorgeous. But it's still a lot. And we're still playing. And then I think by Wednesday I gave up on bingo. Friday did not occur at all, guys. Saturday, that was a joke. Shot to hell.
Now, hold on. I think for full disclosure, we need to just go ahead and be honest on this. We went ahead and took advantage of the fact that we didn't know when the hell the internet was coming back up because they weren't even giving us an estimated restoration time at this point.
Yeah, they still say that we have an error.
Right. Well, and I'm sure there are still a ton of issues in our area. Like you have.
Yeah.
The amount of down tree limbs everywhere.
Right.
But so we went ahead and we did have some fun, which I think was a very positive thing. As well as cleaning. We did a lot of cleaning. My office has floor.
Yeah.
I'm not magically suspended in air. It turns out there's a floor under all this. Because so we did a lot of cleaning around the house. We did that Saturday morning. And then before the internet came back on Saturday night, we actually got to go out for a little bit. It was fun. I got
the
wet.
river. Yes.
Yes.
Hit the river.
Yes. So yeah, we did a lot of fun things. I think maybe even took some time to reprioritize. Think through some stuff, like clear the brain.
Right.
Do a reset.
Exactly.
We were getting lost in the weeds.
This whole plan out the network, well, that's not an option if I don't have it. That type of thing just didn't happen. Weren't really using this section much. I'd given up on bingo, and by Saturday night I decided I was done playing bingo. I won the coverall, now let's move the fuck on. And then we're here today, and we're finally getting back into the roll of stuff. Finally. So that's what the planner looks like. What's the husband look like?
Oh, what do I look like? What does mine look like?
No. What do I look like? How's this month been? Being the manager of the insanity.
honestly, I really think that with what you were doing, we were lost.
Yeah, we were looking at the leaves.
Not that we weren't getting stuff done. Those are two separate things.
Right.
We're getting lost in getting stuff done.
Right.
As
now,
in we.
Oh. Right. I haven't done my reviews yet for the month yet, but we're going to move this off.
Okay.
And we're going to talk like we normally do before I bring in the new one. Let me make sure. Yeah. All right. But so how's this month really been?
I think it's been high stress.
Mm-hmm.
We have moved a lot of responsibilities around. I don't think everyone's met their responsibilities, and that has made everything a little more stressful.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of that was inspired by the change, not necessarily lack of desire, inability, trying to, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't.
Right.
I don't think it was pure sabotage.
Right.
I don't think that is it. I think there was some getting confused, like ongoing confusion.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that like having the Mama Knight come over and help out, and some of the decisions we have made long term have good impact.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we can get on the same page with them and get that like fully rolling, I
Right.
think we're great there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, do you want to?
I'm listening.
Okay. Like in terms of time, I think we had a lot of things to overcome this month.
Okay.
That did end up eating time,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't see that as a long-term malfunction. I
Right.
think that was just an unfortunate, like we had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just unfortunate wet.
Right.
And I think that backs up a little bit, at least from my personal perspective,
Mm-hmm.
to this is usually a time of year I don't start new clients.
Mm-hmm.
Like I try not to, like I really try not to,
Right.
um, because usually we are a bit heavy.
Mm-hmm.
We had two emergency clients, like they
Right.
couldn't wait. Um, and that has, I know for me, pushed me a bit to the edge of the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
So I am looking forward to August and trying to get them wrapped up. Well, get the one wrapped up that isn't wrapped up yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've got to move on that. But like I just think that the timing was predictably bad,
Okay. Well,
and we had to do it anyway.
all right, let's flip this for a moment.
Okay.
Let's break it down by business.
Mm-hmm.
AFK Bears. How's that business doing?
Like the household business.
Uh-huh.
Um, I don't know. We need better team play issue. Like we have team player issues.
Okay.
And I don't know how much of that is like a direction
Mm-hmm.
problem,
Mm-hmm.
a clarity problem, and or like just trying to find like feeling stuck on shifting sand.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like as in trying to get traction on stuff and just like your feet keep going out from under you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think probably heavy weighted on the last one is where the problem
Mm-hmm.
is my interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
The one I'm going with.
Okay.
Because that's my hope.
Okay.
Like I'm evaluating from hope. Like if it's not that, then it's a bigger issue.
Okay.
Excuse me, guys. I got something going on with my eye. There we go. I think I can see now. But I think that's the biggest problem there is just we had some shifting sand and it's just trying to get traction and move with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we pivoted badly in July.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping that starts to come together for August and like wraps itself together and we start moving forward. So that's my
Okay.
hope thing.
All right.
That's my hope.
Aeson Knight Inc.
Um, we did have some issues getting marketing out. Then we actually have taken in the end of July time to set and realize, okay, but what marketing really are we needing to do? And we kind of redirected that
Mm-hmm.
because some of it really wasn't working.
Right.
And some of it, like, because we were trying to duplicate.
Right.
We also identified a major issue with our marketing.
Mm-hmm.
As in, I thought you were doing a thing, you thought I was doing a thing. It turned out neither one of us did the thing.
Right.
And so, yeah, we felt really bad about that.
Right.
Um,
It happened.
that, yeah,
Yeah.
that led to an entire appointment type not being available.
Yeah. But at the same time, we also done a new partnership this month that seems to be a very good partnership. It does extend my reach into the Australians and New Zealand. We've had massive developments. Well, that's more Aeson Knight education. We've had massive developments in product and services. Like that's been doing well. Email marketing starting to pick up well there. And I think that we need to make a decision on if it's 12 hours a day or if it's 10 hours a day.
Oh, that you're working?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think it depends. Are you
Okay.
talking about 10 hours plus the time you spend organizing? And like you spend with your planner, you do your journaling, like are you counting all of that together or you mean straight network time?
Network time. Availability time.
Um okay, then I think that's probably still 10.
Okay. That means that because here's the trade-off. 12 hours a day, I get a day off. 10
Okay.
hours a day, I don't get a day off.
Okay. I mean, that's up to you if you want to do a straight day off.
Right.
Um like I just know that every time you try to bump it out to 12,
Mm-hmm.
like it really starts to grind you.
Yeah.
And as in the 12-hour days were grinding you, and then by the time you get the day off, it's like I just want to sleep.
Right. Yeah.
I just want to sleep.
Right.
You wouldn't think 2 hours a day would make a difference, but 2 hours a day,
Well, it makes a lot of
make a
difference. But, we've also had supplier changing demands and that type of thing, so that's been interesting. Okay. Aeson Knight education.
I think that might have been the one that got the most back burner this past month.
Uh-huh.
That has suddenly reared into, okay, no, we really have to pay attention to that.
Right.
Like we've got some stuff that needs to just get done and move forward and get,
Right.
sewn up.
Right.
So
But it
that
had product advancement.
it did. It
Yeah.
did.
Because, one of our suppliers opened up new channels, new communicational tools, that type of thing. So we're going to be dealing with that. We're also waiting for the Patreon launch of the new Patreon because that'll change education a lot. We did meet our classes, we did meet our student goal, so that's fine there.
Right.
It's like life coaching is getting ready to get some attention.
Yes.
Yes.
Because that one was the second one identified as, okay, it's set on the back burner for a while now.
Right. I mean, the only thing that it's gotten is the live streams.
Right.
Because that's what Psychic That Plans is. It's part of the life coaching brand. Okay.
And most of these are loose end things. It's not like, oh my God, we totally abandoned it to the wilds of nature.
Right.
It wasn't that. It was that, like, taking specific time for it to bump it
Right.
to a next level hasn't occurred.
Hasn't occurred.
Because it was like, that'd be nice,
Mhm.
but let's go deal with this.
Right. All right. PCSP Network.
I think other than the missing shows, which that was pretty much unavoidable.
Right.
So we do hate that. It's just like, well, but
right.
Long-term goal is to get a generator. Long-term goal is to get like satellite internet service.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a today thing. We can't snap our fingers and make that happen.
Right. And it's actually 2 generators in 2 locations and satellite and fiber. All that ain't happening today.
No, that's happening today.
Yeah. The thing we experimented with, and I think is going to be a new thing, especially when it's just me and you, because I don't think we can do it with a guest, is Instagram living some of the dual shows, like the ones that me and you co-host, because we can control that.
Right.
Yeah, the Psychic That Plans, there's too much technology involved to Instagram it.
Well, point blank, if you can't see it, you can't see it, and if you can't see it, what are you watching?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Because there's a fair amount of Psychic That Plans where you just stare at the top of our heads.
Yeah.
Like, I've just thought about, for entertainment value, painting a little smiley face up here. Just saying.
Well, if we could ever get you used to tanning, but anyhow.
You know.
But so Psychic That Plans won't be Instagram, but I think Mountain Bears is an easy Instagrammable show. Some psychic coffee shops can be Instagrammed. If you're doing the first coffee and tea with me, in dishing dirt on the tech side of the psychic business, then that'll be hot.
Oh yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
And most of the shows, this is the major exception to your long-term rule of we need to make this podcast.
Right.
Because this is the only one that, like, if you're getting a video podcast and watching this right now, like, you're awesome, you're great, you're seeing it, it's great. But if you're trying to listen to us in audio right now, with the exception of right now,
mm-hmm.
a lot of that is just not going to make sense.
Right.
And it's going to be like, you're going to have to watch that later.
Right. And, that happens.
Yeah, it's not closed caption.
Right.
Like, there's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a visual.
Right. And then, Mystic PC. You done some really cool stuff this month.
We did do some really cool stuff. We are also in the grindier part of the year. I've long said that the end of June, beginning of July is my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take a lot of holidays or a lot of days off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly, I'm here on Christmas. I'm here on Christmas Eve. I'm here on New Year's. I'm here on New Year's Eve. I'm here for most every holiday.
Right.
You can reach out. That first week of July, however,
mm-hmm.
is usually when I'm like, screw you losers, I'm blowing this pop stand. Okay.
Right.
And which sounds horrible, but most of my clients laugh. It's funny.
Right.
Like, this is the kind of personality you need to hire me.
Right.
Because if you found that funny, we can work together. If you didn't find that funny, please don't call me. We will never get along. That should be the litmus test. So there is that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, a lot of things have gotten done. I do think that there's gonna be a reset point in August.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna basically move it.
Right.
Because July has been so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
That there's a fair number of things that are more of an annual task
Right.
that I typically do in July, even though I said, buy losers, I'm buying, blowing this pop stand.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's not entirely true. It's just usually this point where it's like, okay, we're not doing anything new. Joe's not creative right now. Joe's in cleaning mode.
Mm-hmm.
He has to get stuff done
Mm-hmm.
so that he can continue to create without creating problems.
Right.
And I'm starting to run into a few of those.
Mm-hmm.
So we're hitting a pain point.
Right.
And that's okay. We are wrapping up that client.
Yeah. But
Um,
you've also done a lot of wins this month. You got to
oh yeah,
go play with, well, one, you've gotten into the Apple domain.
yes, I have moved to iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
I am rocking it, even though he hates my lock screen. Um,
I like your background. I just do not like your lock screen because I can't read it, and you've not gotten me set up so I can assist you on that. But anyhow, um, there's that. Um, and then this it's just been an insanity upon insanity. So we installed a few things this week. Today actually.
okay, we did some things in the house.
Mm-hmm. We
Um,
expanded my desk this month because I need a different desk.
you duplicated your desk.
Yeah.
It divided like a cell. It really truly did.
Yeah.
There were also some cellular development abnormalities, and they're in the attic now. But that's okay. Extra
Yeah.
equipment is not necessarily a problem.
Yes. And then I had been trying to figure out where to put a compound boards in the house and where they don't just look like whiteboards with post-it notes, because that was my biggest problem. Is I need a little bit more visual, but at the same time I need a little bit more functional, but it needs to be pretty to keep Joe happy.
Well, it doesn't just need to be pretty to keep me happy. It's just one of those things of, for someone who said he didn't like white walls,
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you right now, that's up and until you talk about covering them in whiteboards. Like,
True.
that's the exception. And I've had brief moments where it's like, do I just need to go to Lowe's? Like, or is what you're telling me to go to Lowe's, buy the ginormous sheets of whiteboard, and then put it up like it's sheetrock over the sheetrock? Because it seems like what you're telling me is
Uh-huh.
to go to Lowe's,
Uh-huh.
get some furring strips and some whiteboard, and cover the house. And then there will be joy.
Well, yes, but no.
Yes, but no. Not
But no.
the bathroom, but literally every other surface could be a whiteboard.
Yeah. Um, Especially if we keep, having to expand. Also, the purpose of the Doyle desks is there may be eventually an assistant that can come and work at one of the desks when they're not melting.
Yeah. Well, and some of this is the structural layout of the house and the fact that his office is an add-on that was not tied into the one wasn't designed as part of the heating cooling system, but
Right.
also tied into the heating
Mm-hmm.
cooling system. So we have to work with the best we can back
Right.
there. And this summer we hit some record temps, and he's like, "The peace out. I'm out of this room.
Yeah.
I'm done."
I'm moving and creating an office space for me to where I can at least breathe. Yo, Shannon, how are you, honey?
Yo!
All right. So this is the new compound board for Aeson Knight Life Coaching. We know that because it's an orange post-it note. Now, Joe, you want to talk about this and the process and how it works?
Yeah, since I'm now well educated.
Uh-huh.
So basically what you need to focus on real quick is that there are two black bands, just off the center of the image, that are not part of the image. They're actually washi tape that divide the board into three segments. To your left, that segment where all the post-its currently are is the list of things that need to be done. In the middle is works in progress, things that are currently being worked on, what we are tackling first. And then that last section is completed.
Yes.
That is your rightmost section and will be the things that are done.
Yes. And hopefully all the post-it notes will move from one side of the bridge to the other side of the bridge by the end of the month. Mm-hmm.
That's the hope.
That's the hope. This is a compound board system. I've used this when I launched Modern Spiritual, and it was behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Now on the patchwork wall. Well, I've moved it into the living room so I can have a little bit more modulation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, before we go on with this, can you tell the people at home
Uh-huh.
why the one behind you, since launching Modern Spiritual, has not had post-its on it?
Because the door is open more.
No, what did we learn?
That, oh, it doesn't work really well in a large display, and, dogs chew post-it notes like paper.
Also, sliding glass doors, not your best choice
No.
for a combo.
No. Didn't work.
Like, it worked okay. Like, you survived it.
I
I'm
survived.
just afraid there are massive numbers of post-its stuck between the glass.
No, they would have ended up behind the dresser.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to be like, honey? What are these?
Yep. So there's one for Aeson Knight Life Coaching.
Mm-hmm. Shannon actually has a question. Why don't you get one of those clear panel acrylic boards you can use whiteboard markers on?
Well, the problem with that is we have hunted, sought, and found one that was very tiny, like only half of my board, and it said to do on it. And I went, I already have a whiteboard for that.
Well, he's had one clear panel. This one was actually a frosted glass one.
Mm-hmm.
And it just wasn't, it wasn't great.
No.
It wasn't great.
Yeah.
It did not. He liked it. It wasn't a lack of liking it. It was just awkward.
Right.
And that's been like the biggest, like, he's gone through a lot of pain with liking the compound board system, but struggling to make it integrate in ways that work for him specifically, and don't have like the sliding glass door problem specifically, but also don't have like other issues.
Right.
So yes.
Yeah. And yes, you can write on the glass surface with dry erase markers, but it kind of gets a little targety, and it's like writing something 5 times when it's just Joe can look at it and go, okay, this is what you need to do this week. This needs to be done this week. This needs to be done this week. Move over to the psychic board.
Okay.
There we go. It's a little close up.
So it is the same image in the frame. What can we say? We found a deal, and you got to see the rest of the house for this to make sense. But we tend to like the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yes.
It's a recurring theme in the house.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. It works. I think I got him so far down the road with like Mystic slogan that he's just living and breathing. Bridging the gap.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah. So a little more color over here.
Yeah. A little bit more color, multiple projects going on for the psychic business. We've got green in services, orange is live events, and blue is blog writing. This is because we're getting that started back up.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
All right. So, what task did you choose for me this week?
Oh, well, basically, I picked linchpin tasks. So you get your week 1 relationship advice, and that's just, well, duh.
Yeah.
It's week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Week 4 is not going to help him right now.
Right.
So yeah, there's that.
Well, you have
Um,
pictures of it. Like, you got pictures of showing it being moved.
that's right.
There you go.
So yeah. So then there's the Pagan Pride event page post ads.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the layout 6 modular workbook file system.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yep.
Sorry, that one's a little blurry, and I'm sitting here like I think that's what that says.
Right. And it's written in Aeson Knight, so.
Well, true. Um, he doesn't have a code. He just has Aeson Knight.
Yes.
And it's like a code.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Steal his planner. See what you can do with it.
I have my own language.
Like, I'm telling you right now, he could write his credit card numbers in there, and no one would ever be able to use them.
Yep.
Like, you will spend so much time trying to figure out, is it a 5? Is it a 4? Is it a 3? Is it a 6?
Mm-hmm.
The world may never know.
So, what do you think of this? Because you've seen me use it.
Typically it works really well for you, and I think getting some of the individual tasks out of your planner.
Right.
Actually helps your planner function better, and makes it more about like what you did today, and less about having to try to remember all the things you need to do.
Right.
Because I think sometimes the remember all the things you need to do creates more problems.
Right.
So yeah, that's my theory.
Yeah. So in July, I'm switching switching covers. I'm going to let Work Life Planner take a rest. We're going to use this one from the Sage Planner because I like the green. I think I'm going to be happy with the green. And we're doing a total HB90 system with some caveats. So we've left
that's
in.
fine, Shannon. We understand. She's packing raffle bags.
Yay! Raffle.
Yay!
So it's broke up into files, and then tabbed out. So the first file is our monthly overview and your routines. Then it goes into our accounting, the bills we pay, the suppliers we got to keep up with to make sure that we got money to pay the bills, and then our marketing plan. And no, I've not filled in the marketing plan yet. I will do that later this evening. You'll notice that I'm using the Happy Planner vertical traditional boxes for marketing. I'm going to be using these a lot since I broke the idea, and it's like, okay, this is what we're doing. Then we move into week 1, which the first page here is for me to fill out for appointments and things that I need to box out, like events. This is the family page. Like Wednesday, I had to move my massage appointment because Joe is in Princeton. Fuck it, let's do it.
Let's just do
it.
Yeah.
Purple, orange, red. All right. So that's 31. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So let's start with Invisible. What's his week looking like?
Oh, let me pop up his calendar. Sorry, guys, I forgot to open a tab over here. Da-da-da-da-da-da. All right. So it looks like Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay.
Thursday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
Friday, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
And that's everything we have.
Right. Because his manager is a psycho. All right. On to you.
You know, the scheduling looks like the manager is a psycho. So Wednesday I am in Princeton, and it looks like I have to leave out here about 8 a.m. as well.
Okay.
So I will be dropping Invisible off and then running away.
Yep.
And so yeah, I'm just trying to calculate out roughly when I should be back. It
You
looks
also
like
have a visit that day.
yeah, I have a client visit that day, which oddly is not showing up. Where are you? Interesting. That's gonna overlap the doctor's appointment, I think.
Okay. So will you be
That,
home by 1?
by 1 p.m. No, probably
2,
closer to
3. All right. And then what else you got?
3. Other than that, let's see. I've got my therapy appointment 3:30 to 4:30 on Monday.
Okay.
And then just Eric on Friday.
Right. And he's 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's grab my.
Oh, and apparently I'm taking you with me.
Yes.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Dude, does that mean we get to go to the moose?
Yes.
Yay, chocolate mousse. Chocolate mousse. I think it's chocolate mousse.
Yes. All right.
We
So
haven't been. It's this weird coffee shop, and I want to go to it. He wants to go to it. We both want to go to it. And every time that we think we're going to get to go to it, we don't.
we don't. All right. So I don't have. I moved my Wednesday to my Friday. So Thursday I have a 10 a.m. training, and mine is at 12:30 to 1:30. Um, he has an appointment at what time is his appointment on the 2nd? 1 or 2?
Um, whose appointment on the second?
Invisible.
I don't see it.
Okay, we will go with 2.
Yeah, that should be right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to process that out.
So that's our week. Oh, and Mama's coming.
Are we doing that for Friday or Saturday with Mom and I?
Why don't we have her come Saturday?
Yeah,
Because
because I was
Friday's
thinking,
going to be kind of busy.
yeah,
Yeah.
like double check that with her, make sure that's good for her.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that makes more sense.
Okay. All right. So there's that. Yeah. So that's just like the family schedule.
Yay!
Yay. All right. You guys are going to see everything.
Oh yeah, you got to do the whole task blocks.
Yes, I got to do it all.
Mhm.
All right. The only thing I don't like about this is I wish it was lined.
I understand.
Okay. So 30, 30, 25, 15. And then so that's goal one. And then all right.
Oh, excuse me, guys. Oh, seriously.
Okay. Like to get to the gym 3 times this week. I'm gonna try to get 3 meals in and a snack. All right. Okay. What other reading activity was there?
What other reading activity?
Yeah, the yellow, orange, and blue stickers. I got the blue one. What's the yellow one?
Oh, let me get that up in front of me. The yellow one is Layout 6 Modular Workbook File System.
Got that. The reading panels.
Ah, let's see. Outline Palm Reading Class.
Okay. Okay. And then
Pagan Pride Event Page Post Ads.
okay. All right. See, on goal 2 of getting the life coaching system up, I can't add extra boxes here until we get the linchpin in place.
6. Anything else he does is
Yeah. All right.
never gonna make it.
So
Well, it's technically a foundation.
great.
So, but it is the part that pulls everything else together. So
Right.
it is a linchpin.
6 modules. There's that. All right. And then I'd like to journal. And complete RTs. All right. There's that. Let's modify this page because there's no fucking way I'm getting up at 6 a.m. It just doesn't work that way. So Devin's doing a sleep shift. That'll be fun, Devin.
I just learned something about myself.
Well,
I I looked up. I was trying to write on the iPad, and I've of course got the AirPlay screen up in front of me.
mm-hmm.
And I decided to try to write while watching it, and that I butchered that.
Yeah.
Oh, I butchered that. Like, there's a little bit of a tape delay there.
Uh-huh.
It messed me up.
Uh-huh. All right. All right, let's lay out my basics.
All right.
All right, where were we? We're back over here in this filing system. And we are estimating the morning routine with Jim takes a full hour and a half. All right. So there's that. And then, is there anything stopping me this week from taking my 1 o'clock nap? No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Pretty good for your 1 o'clocks. Yes, Friday. You will not be able to do that.
Okay.
Sorry, it was all good until Friday.
Yeah.
Like Saturday and Sunday, Monday through Thursday, both of those are great. Friday,
I'm a little busy.
a little bit.
And that happens. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, it is your Eric appointment, so you may fall asleep on the table.
Well, he does zap me. And then nightly routine with the added Swiffer.
Like, I'm not entirely sure he doesn't soak that headrest wrap in chloroform. Because there does seem to be a moment in every massage where it's like, and power.
All right, so that takes an hour.
And guys, I'm just teasing. on Eric. Like,
yes, he's amazing. He has kept me off my cane. He's now got me working out with a personal trainer. Well, he hasn't gotten me to it, but you know, I've gotten
and
to it.
talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you got inspired.
Well, I got inspired, but at the same time, it was like, okay, this is doing this. What if I can do this?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Well, and
now
more so got you to a point in which working with a personal trainer was a thing that could be done.
right. Yeah. Because we have to go back. If we go back 5 years, I had a cane in the car. Like there were times I had to use a cane.
Yeah,
So
Caden's out of the car.
cane's out of the car. I think it's in outside your office.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's where he's at right now. Is we're not 100% on where his cane is.
Yeah, and I used to know exactly where that was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that didn't come out of the car. Like, cane stayed in the car. There were canes around the house. Like, there are emergency canes in the house.
Yes.
But now we're actually to a point where it's like this cane hasn't made many appearances.
Mm-mm. All right, let's do our blackout time.
Okay.
This is the whole point of this. Yeah. So Thursday. Friday, literally from like 10. I'm gonna go to 4.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
For those wondering, this is the um, mild life mild liner highlighters that we're using. And that out. And then we're going to assume and black out this time on Wednesday. Okay.
See, you got your personal trainer for Thursday?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. And I think that's all that affects me. Now, Wednesday, I won't do the gym. I'll do the home yoga program.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So there's that. Let's get the shows in.
Alrighty.
So we have Modern Spiritual. Then the Psychic Coffee Shop, which this week we do have a guest. And for those new viewers that don't know, we do the guest interview, and then we go right into Are You an Asshole?
Pretty much.
Yep. Like, because those are, like, our Patreons love those. That's why we do the relationship advice and the Are You an Asshole?
Plus, we found out like our original plan was 45 minutes for guests, 45 minutes to do the rest of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And that turned into like a 2.5-hour show.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, that doesn't work.
Right. We really want it to be an hour and a half show, tea and coffee, which we got to see if Tracy can join us or if she's busy. And so then Joe's joining us this week to have tea and spill industry news. All right. And then we have Mountain Bears, which is another hour-and-a-half show. And I'm setting the Pomodoro on this.
Every time you hear the bell, we go to commercial.
No, every time when we hear the bell, that means we wrap it up and move to the next segment or end the show because it's got 3 sets there and I can adjust the Pomodoro. And then we got Psychic That Plans, and that's going to be an hour and a half in this system. Look and see if I've got a Friday show at 5, because I know I've got a few this month, but I don't know if that's this time.
Not currently.
Okay. All right. So do you want to do energy overviews on the 31st at 8?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. We will do that because I want to get those out and it'll be useful on the 31st. All right. So there's that. That's that blocked out time. When are you cooking dinner? Let me rephrase that. When am I eating dinner?
Well, you're supposed to be eating dinner at 7:30 is what I thought the new
plan was. I just wanted to make sure that that was working for you, or do you want to move it to 9? Do you want to move it to 4? I mean, you get to make this choice.
I mean, I'm fine with 7:30.
Okay.
Like, I don't have a problem with that. Like, I can, because that lets me start cooking around 6:30 instead of 6.
Right.
So I don't feel like I'm immediately jumping out of the office to go into the kitchen to work.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I feel like I'm getting a little quiet drive home to go cook.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense to anyone.
It does.
Otherwise, I feel like I'm being instantly transported from the office to the kitchen, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, so no, I'm actually good with that. I do like that one.
All right. Check the weather, please. I need to know which if either Wednesday or Saturday is good for escape.
Wednesday looks like it works. Saturday has showers.
Okay, so
Wednesday it is.
yes, no, get off the porch. So Wednesday we're going to plan for an escape. What are you thinking after dinner?
Yeah, that should work.
Okay. Because we had thought about going camping Saturday night, but I don't think that'll work with the rain pattern. Especially we get that storm that was going through the Midwest. Okay. Alrighty. So let's see if we can afford this. And I mean that.
Like, this is the idealized schedule.
Yeah.
And then we have to figure out, okay, what's his network time, and is that sufficient, or are we just screwing ourselves?
All right. 1, 2, 3 and a half, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours.
10 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
So right now he is drawing in his notes.
Yep. It's also my private schedule. It's the time I'm going to be in the office taking calls.
Let me just say, the first time I had to put get that set up to go into Keen, oh my god, oh my god, that is a system.
It is.
Because you actually have to tell it when you're offline. Like, it won't figure it out. And God help you if you start trying to tell it when you're online.
Right.
Because then it's confused.
Cool. So I've got a half hour at 2 to 2:30 and 4 to 4:30 that isn't filled in. That's wonderful. Because that's like, I can actually like not immediately jump up from my nap and run out the door. And I, if I'm a few minutes late getting back, I won't be late for the show. All right. So Tuesday's a lot less noisier. 1, 2, 3.5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.5 available. Let me go back and recount this one though. 1, 2, 3.5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
So 9.5 total, or 9?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.5. It'll work.
Oh, so we're short of 30.
Yeah, we're short 30 minutes. We'll see where it's at.
And then Tuesday's 12.5.
12.5. So that makes up that half hour and gives me another one. Why don't we go to break and come back?
Okay.
Can you go to break for us?
I think I can.
Awesome.
All right. Sorry, guys. Took me a second here. All right, here we go.
Hi, this is Sandy Starr. I'm a psychic and I work on Keen, and I have been working on Keen for over 22 years. You can reach me on 01068. I deal with a myriad of subjects, but I do specialize in relationships, marriages, divorces. Is he cheating? Is she cheating? Whatever the dynamic of the relationship is, I will guide you through. I've got amazing radar for cheaters, so I will tell you the truth if he or she is cheating. I can help with any subject you need me to help you with besides relationships, and I look forward to hearing from you. Again, you can reach me through Keen. My extension number is 01068. I really look forward to hearing from you and helping you with whatever you need me to help you with.
Hi, I'm Tracy Van. I'm a psychic medium and I work with tarot cards. I also practice Reiki and access bars. I would like to share with you what a reading with me is like. It is a blended reading of psychic and mediumship, and I deliver these messages exactly as they come through. I'm not going to mince words or add any padding. I am a professional, reliable, and honest communicator. I have readings available anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour. You can book a reading with me at tracyvan.com. That's TRACYVANN.com. And no, I'll always tell you exactly what you need to hear.
Hey everybody, Natalie here from The Pendulum's Path. If you are in need of guidance, direction, spiritual connection, healing, or more, you would come to the right place. I have worked as a psychic and a medium for over 3 years, connecting people from all over the world with their loved ones, giving them insight and guidance into their current situations, their past healings, their blockages, and what they need to know in order for them to have a better future. It would be my absolute honor if you would come to my website at www.thependulumspath.com. Visit my shop. I have a whole bunch of crystals, oils, balms, mystery boxes, and more. And visit my services. I offer 15-minute, 30-minute, and 60-minute sessions. I also have email readings available if you're not comfortable with the one-on-one session with me, or if you just want to try me out. I encourage you to come visit me at the Pendulum's Path, and let's get you back on the right track today.
Hey everybody, Lady Gwendolyn here from Rowan Temple of Light, and I'm here to tell you about our events this summer. First up is Beltane in the Hills, May 13th, and that is from 1 to 6. We have entertainment, we have a bunch of vendors, we have a fairy photo shoot. It's going to be exciting. You having any questions, reach out to Earth Magic or to myself. After that, we have Central West Virginia Pagan Pride, August 19th. That's at Holly Gray Park from 11 to 5 for the day. And we will have Sarah Masters coming down from Pittsburgh to be our keynote speaker. We have some great classes for that. So if you want to get involved, reach out to Rowan Temple of Light at Gmail, or just follow us along on Facebook at Rowan Temple of Light, and we look forward to seeing you out in the community. See you there.
All right, welcome back. Wow, I got really close. Let me fix that, guys.
Yeah. This became a dermatology show, and we investigated Aeson's pores this episode.
More so the plastic surgery definition level. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to plan some escape time on Wednesday. So let's hop over to where the moneymaker is and plan out those hours, because I could use those hours more so. Does that make sense?
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3.5. So we'll do work Sunday morning.
Now tell the lovely people what happens if we add this up and it's not enough hours.
Well, then some of the gray boxes, the escape time gets deducted. Yeah, that's the fun. Or the white space gets used. One of the two, or I ain't going to bed. I ain't getting out of work at 1. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. So 8.5 and 5.5 is 9. All right, then 1, 2, 3.5 there. So 9 plus 3.5.
12.5.
That is currently full-time in the world of worlds, but not in the afterworld. All right, so we know this is 3.5. So I was watching earlier today on YouTube this young new psychic that just now started networks. Crystal, yes, you can. However, require a question, a name, and a birthday.
Well, we have Crystal's name.
Yeah. and she was talking about the difference between talk time and hours, because she went to work for that one network. Not one that I'll ever work. Well, I won't say never, I said ever. That you're very familiar with.
Okay.
Yeah, she was on for like 5 hours. And she's one of those that doesn't do like this type of reading or that type of reading, and bring your permission slips if you got a question about them, that type.
Okay.
And she was on like 8 hours and made $5 because they paid 30 cents a minute. Yeah, I was like, girl, there's a way to work that system. Okay, so we know that.
Well, and that is kind of the interesting part, is because he's going to add up, and hopefully the target number here is like 70 hours.
Right.
But here's the thing. He's going to be on network for 70 hours. He is not going to have 70 hours of talk time.
Right.
Because if he did, that would be amazing.
Right.
That would just, like, I'm sorry, we're getting a nicer house with a pool boy. And a pool. Because the reality is, at like the average is a 1 to 4 for every minute he's online.
Right.
4 minutes, or excuse me, he's talking for every 1 minute for every 4 minutes he's online.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just got to be available. Mm-hmm. All right, so 12 and a half plus another is 13 and then 14 hours. So I'm planning Saturday to be a 14-hour day. Oof. But there's payoff for it.
There is.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll take that one, by the way.
All right, so ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Crystal 32575 was just wondering if my dad is here with me.
All right, let's pull the tarot and see. Yeah, but also you've got some decisions you got to start making. And there's a lot of push for you to use the logical decision-making system. I also think you'll probably feel them in your dreams. All right. So Friday is a semi-busy day. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, half. But it goes straight from the show to the thing, which I normally try not to do, but we're going to do this week. So 1, 2, 3 and a half. Plus 1, 2, 3 and a half. That's 6.5 hours there.
No, that's 7.
7?
3.5, 3.5, 7.
Okay. All right. But no, wouldn't it be weird if they actually paid my hourly rate, but they quoted me?
Again, we're getting a house with a pool boy and a pool.
Yeah. And I'm getting a limo driver.
Yes.
All right. So
that will occasionally send, all over the state.
Like 7 hours?
Go pick some people.
Yep. All right. So Thursday and Wednesday. Here we go. We got to find well, currently we're at 55 hours.
All right. I think we're gonna make it.
I think we are. Let's fill in Thursday and see what we got to make up on Wednesday. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 hours.
So 9.5.
One, 2.
So 11.5.
Yep. All right, so that's 67 hours.
Nice.
Yep. So here we go.
Literally can work 3 hours on Wednesday.
Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.5 hours. So we'll go ahead and take this all 3.5 here.
Goal plus 30 minutes.
And 1, 2, 3 here. All right. This space on Wednesday, what are you doing?
Let me double check, but I think we may have a giant hole there. The only thing we got going on, I'm getting home from Princeton.
When?
About 3.
About 3.
3
Cute.
4, somewhere.
Let's go for 5.
Worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't have to cook dinner. Did you go the wrong way? Oh, never mind. You went the right direction. I just had a moment.
We get to go out.
Yay! Yay. And you can, like, I don't know. What are you going to do with your hour and a half there?
Wait for my husband to come home.
Are you going to do that like a 50s housewife or no?
No, I'm going to pack the bag and get the hell out of here and make sure I've got my chairs and all the necessities for me to escape.
You're so mad about the chairs. Oh my God. You got to tell them. You got to tell them.
Okay, so my escape is we get our asses in the car and we take off and either go to the lake, we go to the river, we hit the water, we take beach time. I get to live my fantasy of being somewhere in Myrtle Beach or somewhere in California. And normally in my car, when it is only my car and I'm not sharing it with him, the back of the car has a tent, air mattress, camping chairs, a easy up, tables, 2 bags full of enough to supply me and my partner for 24 hours in clothes and necessities and essentials, minus technology, all loaded into the trunk. And wherever we go, like if we're on a road trip and the car breaks down, no big deal, we can go camp. If we got a hole in our time, no big deal, we can just jump in the car and take off for the river. No big deal, we can jump off and, I don't know, where was it? We've got photos of me there. Oh, what is it? Lunatic Asylum. That whole trip was facilitated because the car was already packed.
Well, yeah, we were coming back from somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, like the stuff was living in the trunk. Well, me and Joe share a car. And right now we got home improvement crap in the back of it. and we've not been keeping my stuff. We've not kept the car set up for me. We've been keeping the car set up for us, which he has the opinion nothing belongs in the car except the car.
Basically, that's where I'm at. I'm like, the car is empty. Like, I am a car minimalist.
Yes.
What do I need to get from point A to point B? Does it have a hole?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it will fit, if you can get all that stuff, like, and you can take out the spare tire, because we're never changing a tire. Like, we're beyond. If you can take out the spare tire and put everything under the floor cover, I'm great. I don't want to see it. I don't want to open the trunk to put in groceries and find like an entire Yogi the Bear tent set up. Because then it's like, and close the door and use the back seat. But here's the deal. This would work great if I weren't, because you heard us talking about I'll be in Princeton on like Wednesday. Here's my malfunction. His system works great if there are no more than 2 people in the car at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
Works beautifully because you have a whole back seat to use for groceries.
Mm-hmm.
When you add that 3rd person or 4th person to the back seat, I can't do anything. I can't go to the grocery store. I can barely pick up individual sodas. You're gonna have to hold it. Like, because there's nowhere to put anything.
Full. You can fit 3 people in that car and still put groceries in that allotted space beside it for a week.
Oh, but no. I like having my back trunk area open so I can put stuff in.
Right.
Like,
I don't.
what if I find what if I find your perfect coffee bar? Your system, and I've got 3 other people in the car. There are 4 of us in the car. I found your perfect coffee bar system.
Uh-huh.
Guess where the perfect coffee bar system lives? Wherever the fuck I found it, because I can't bring it home.
Well, normally it's flat packed and it can go on top of the table. Or, someone can like hold it. Exactly. And we do have luggage bags, luggage racks.
Bless your heart if you think I am a strapped down boy. I'm sorry. I moved back to West Virginia and I lost my bondage lesbians, so I do not have emergency bondage lesbians to contact to come strap me down. I do not strap things down. I have never strapped things down. I'm not interested in strapping things down. I'm not built for it. I will pack a U-Haul with precision. I do not strap things down to the roof of vehicles.
Okay. Call me and we can video, and I can video you through it because I am a good rigger. But anyhow.
Mm-hmm. But I prefer strap down lesbians.
I know, but we do what we do.
Work together well.
Uh-huh. All right.
Like, y'all, if you're watching it in West Virginia, I have a position to fill for strap down lesbians. Emergency strap down lesbians at that. Yeah, he'll make it work for that bar. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Uh-huh. I can easily do that. Like, I've had, okay. In the Kia Soul, the poor little Kia Soul. I'm cutting my head off. What the fuck is wrong with you?
The poor beleaguered Kia Soul.
I have hauled doors, plywood, 2x4s.
Okay, the 2x4s were too far.
No, not really. They worked perfectly fine.
There is a scuff on the dashboard.
That's because you took out my stuff.
Oh, he'll put a client. Oh, girl. You think he won't put a client on hold? He will put a client on hold for a coffee bar. Me, I'm like, oh, look, his perfect coffee bar. I have 3 passengers and a box of tissues. Nope. Vroom vroom. Yes, he would if he has to. He will if he has to. Like, y'all don't know some of the things he probably ought to put clients on hold for, but yet does anyway. Because, I mean, I have moments I'm looking at him like, I think I would have said, I just need a moment. I'll be right.
Are you talking about what was it? Something broke in the house and I was on a call and I looked at you and you're like, what do you want? Go away.
Basically.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. It's okay. We just have water spewing everywhere. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. This is fine. Like, I'm pretty sure he finally came out of his office, saw it, did a silent, oh shit, and then proceeded to fix it while still talking to the client. And it's like, honey, really? Oh, so Shannon says, I need to get my car cleaned out. My kids haven't. It's just too hot. Yeah. I finally took one of our little cold snaps, like, because we've been getting some evening cold snaps. I took one of them this week and was on it with the car. Like, don't praise me. This was a total accident. I was just like that fed up with you. I was like, nope, we're cleaning out the car. We're done. But no, he hates it when I clean out the car. Because when I say I clean it out, I clean it out.
He takes everything out of it. And it's like, no, there's stuff that lives there.
Did it come with the car? No, it's not part of the car. It doesn't live here. Do I need it to charge a phone? Okay, it can stay. Well, I don't mess with your center console. I've left it alone.
That's your center console.
What?
Yes, it has your tea in it, your glasses in it, your napkins in it.
Okay, the napkins are not mine.
Then they need to leave.
Yes, I try to make sure that happens, but I've gotten to a point I just don't. The most I do is open the center console, hide my phone in it, and close the center console. That's my interaction with center console at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's it. That's all the action it sees from me.
Well, again, I'll go.
And I do not open the floor, the rear trunk area floor access for anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever's in there is his.
Problem is I don't know what's in there. I think there, and yes, you have.
One time when the car broke down.
And he could not even put the panel back right. I'm still trying to figure out what he done with my oil.
I was on the phone for 3 hours trying to get us stowed. At that point, I was like, just push it off a cliff. It doesn't have brakes. It will go over.
No, he didn't, Rebecca. You didn't hear that, Rebecca. He had no thoughts like that.
Oh, come on. I wasn't going to file an insurance claim at that point. I was just going to watch it burn. Sorry, 3 hours on the phone trying to get a car towed. Y'all, I was ready for a bus pass. Move me to an urban area, buy me a bus pass was where I was at that day. Like,
we've debated.
All right, Albert, you're gone.
Well, do you want to tell them what we've decided to do in September? Just like pre-warm them now?
Oh, so yeah, we are planning a trip. We are planning a train ride, I do believe.
Yep.
Okay, we did finally decide on train ride.
Yep.
I was just making sure.
No,
you can't. All right, there we go. Got the comment deleted. Awesome. So yeah, we're planning a train ride. to the New Yorks.
And the tarot deck is not coming with us.
We're gonna see how that holds.
I know,
Like,
right?
I'm more interested to see if somehow one jumps in your bag.
Me too.
Like, things happen in this house. That's all I'm going with. Things happen. We say things like he's not taking a tarot deck with him, or we go to an event that is specifically for tarot, and the tarot card, the decks decide what they do.
Right.
Like, he actually had an event where his tarot deck did not make an appearance. We had to go buy him one.
Right.
Do you know how awkward that is?
I was teaching tarot.
Like, it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny. It
All
was
right.
like, how do you plan an entire day?
All right.
For it and get a tarot deck.
Now, if you want Wednesday to happen, I need a promise that you can make Friday, Saturday, and Sunday operate perfectly.
Oh, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Go.
I mean, Friday is probably my biggest concern, but Saturday and Sunday we should be able to run.
Cool. Very cool. All right, I got your worksheet ready for you.
Awesome.
Yep. All right. So now that's the hard part of planning a psychic's life. When is he working? What hours is he working? And is he getting a nap?
Yes.
Yep. All right. So there's a notebook paper to be writing stuff out. And then I'm going to decorate this while we look at Joe's planner, and then I'll show it to you when I'm done.
Okay, well, my planner is a little bit of a mess right
Well, that's all right. They need to see messy planners.
now. Well, I have not gotten all of August loaded in. I do have my pre-stuff. So that is our week overview. I was actually over here trying to fill out month at a glance a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Because I do want to start using that more. So there was that. So I got some of the big immovables that are coming up this month. So yeah, I've got 2 trips to Princeton. I have my 3 Monday appointment for 4 Monday appointments. We have the big load the car appointment.
Remember the cooler.
If we get the lime out of the car,
yes,
lime has to come out, or you can't take a cooler to buy meat. It's one or the other. You can't do both. Like, God knows that poor little floor panel is about to buckle. It was not built for a sumo wrestler to sit on.
It's only 150 pounds. I have had more in the back of it. Anyhow.
So yeah, I was working on the monthly overview. I do have to say this was the one place buttons are a little missing. Is getting out of monthly, but that's okay. We'll work. Oh, I took myself out of the right mode. So yeah, we already had the big full month. We've had some stuff filled in. I did have to erase a pencil in because we weren't sure what we were doing with this first weekend in August yet, but we did finalize that. So yeah. So we got the steps in, the big steps in. Because it's a full month. It's a full month. Ooh, and I didn't have that one in on the month overview yet. So that's where we were there. So moving through the weeks, it's not like this is a good week. Not a ton of stuff going. But yeah, Then we do have one large event.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, yeah, that basically gets us through August. So got a few things. So yeah.
Yeah.
Then we move into the actual week. That's where I haven't gotten to yet. So there are no pretties yet. Just some of the more carry-on stuff that I had already done. So yeah, and then I was calculating your hours along with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go ahead and take those out while I'm here. We're just going to erase those. There's our planned escape. I've
Yes.
written it like a serial killer, so we'll see how that goes.
Yep.
Sorry, I have different writing. Like, I love people that have one writing style and it's a constant reproduction and they can just do it everywhere no matter what they're writing. I, on the other hand, have mood-based writing, and sometimes it's serial killer, sometimes it's happy, sometimes it's sad, sometimes it's annoyed. It's a lot of things. I apparently chose escape in serial killer.
That's
of my
fine.
own personal font, the font of me.
You know, you can do that now. I just find that really interesting because there's some creators out there that are selling their handwriting as a font.
Yes. Actually, I've been able to do that technically since the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Because I actually did it at one point. I totally lost that font. But I did do it. I will say on that,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds simple.
Right.
It really does. And it is simple. It is not, however.
Uh-huh.
It is very tedious. And there's some things you should know about creating your own handwriting font.
Okay.
Which is, you have to be really good
Mm-hmm.
at holding a continuous line so that your letters come together. Otherwise, it gets this very like uppy downy weirdness to it, and like
Right.
some letters won't set together right. So you have to get very good at hitting the middle of the box and hitting it precisely each time.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, your letters don't flow together right, and it's a little all over the place. Like, you have to have really, really good proportions on your letters. Right. Because if you miss that mark a little bit, it starts to... But as long as you can do that, as long as you can hold proportion.
True. Which I figure the software can do that.
I'm sure it's gotten a lot better now. I'm sure that there's got to be some back end that is post processing now to try to take some of the work out of it. I would hope.
Right.
So that it can scale letters just a smidge. Because that was the big problem way back when. Is like, you could create it, but if you didn't have all the skills to do it, it was going to look a little messy when you tried to type with it. Like when you tried to write something. It just wasn't gonna flow. It was gonna look like a really bad font.
Yeah.
But, do y'all remember that point in the 90s where we just got font loaded?
I do. I remember when New Roman changed and it like fucked everybody up.
Oh yeah. But no, there was that point where we just got bombarded. Like right there at the end of the 90s, where it was like we had a list of fonts and like we were all kind of like, okay, we were cool. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what changed. And it was like, here's 1,000 typefaces for like $5 on a CD. And here's, and then we had a whole moment.
Yeah. And
it got crazy. And then like people started creating their own fonts, which was cool. And I think that's cool.
Right.
But because I know I got into it for a hot minute and then I tried to do it and I was like, this is really tedious.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is not a fun afternoon activity that has a nice little, like, this is not like go to a paint your own pottery class. Like,
Right.
that's what I'm getting at. This is not a paint your own pottery class at all. Like, this is very tedious.
Yeah.
This is like learn all about pottery so you can do, like, cast your own pottery to then paint it.
Right.
That's sort of the process, how the process works out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just walk in, pay your fee, pick a piece of bisque, grab some paintbrushes and glaze, and do a thing and
Right.
walk out. Yeah, it's not like that at all. Like, but yeah, but no, if you can hold that proportionality, it's way easier. Like, and that's a problem with I will flat say that is a problem with my handwriting is I struggle to hold proportionality. Like, I start off good,
Mm-hmm.
and then it kind of.
I think I figured something out.
Oh, what'd you figure out?
Remember, I ordered those zig dot markers?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get them.
Oh,
I got Ohua. OHUHU.
okay.
Yeah.
That is very much not not.
Yeah.
That sounds nothing like it. Oops. That's why you've had so many issues.
Right.
Ooh. Well, there you go. Yeah.
But I'm going to put up with it for this week because I want to use them.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't improve, like if Happy Planner, if it bleeds through on Happy Planner, then Fanata.
No, they're all done. But yeah, that's basically where I'm at with setting up my week.
Cool.
I had bigger plans for today and getting that done, but unfortunately, migraine hit.
Yep.
That made my afternoon interesting. Not really. I saw the back of my eyelids after some Excedrin. Yay for Excedrin. But it did make my morning make more sense.
Do what?
Okay, so if you're not familiar with migraines at all, there's this pre-dome, post-dome to migraines.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's the actual migraine time, but then
Mm-hmm.
there's the pre-dome, post-dome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the pre-dome for me involves like a lot of like tired confusion and like starts moving towards like emotional dysregulation
Mm-hmm.
right before the migraine hits. And then yeah, and then so it's like, oh, my morning makes more sense now
Yeah.
because I knew how I was feeling, and it always takes me off guard. It like I should be happy I don't have more consistent migraines. Like, they're not like repetitive enough.
Right.
But yeah, now I'm getting to do the post dome,
Mm-hmm.
which is always kind of interesting. Because I'm rocking like a brain tickle,
Right.
which is kind of a weird feeling.
Well, that and your predome draws me batty.
Okay.
Like, I go from having the wonderful, loving, sweet, kind, we're in this together husband to the, I don't know who the fuck this is, but his IQ just went from 200 to 0.
My IQ is not 200 on a good day. It's not close. But yeah, I think technically I'm the dumb one in my family. Not that I have a triple digit IQ, but yeah, family wise, I think technically I tested the lowest.
Well,
Like,
but
I'm the dumb one.
well, you're not always like. Well, it's like when we were trying to set the compound board up, and I'm looking for assistance,
Mhm.
and you're like, I don't get it, and I'm like, here, you've seen me use it, you've seen all this go on. How can you not get this?
I wasn't honestly, I really wasn't paying attention. I should have gotten it by now.
Yeah,
Even by osmosis. But no, I really I was sitting there trying to figure out but what are we doing?
right,
Mostly because you were modified. Like, it's the same but different.
right. And the modification is a real hard one. Instead of having 3 boards or 6 boards, I went to 1 board 1 month.
Right. Well, but that's where I had problems.
Right.
Like, sincerely had problems. Was like, what are you doing? Are you missing a line? Like, what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
And you're using larger sticky notes because
Yes.
you're not a fan of the baby sticky.
Yeah.
Which I totally understand, because baby sticky can be a real pain in the butt sometimes.
Right.
But no, I was not following the bouncy ball.
Yeah.
Like, nope. I'd basically hit the point in my day which I needed a CNC.
Mm-hmm.
And just
Yeah.
and mostly my CNC just needed to keep screaming the word fuck. Because that's where my head was.
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome to migraines. They're fun. Not at
Yeah.
all, said no one ever.
Yeah, because when I have a migraine, it's just like, okay, shut down. I can't do anything. For you, I think you fight it.
I do. Mostly because, I mean, like, there's never a good time for one. Like,
Right.
but I do have this natural tendency to try to fight through it and be
Right.
like, no, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna make this work. We have things to do today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not doing this.
Right.
And sometimes I can just hit my pills and be fine. Like, I can just take it.
Right.
Just take the Excedrin
Mm-hmm.
and move forward.
Right.
Like, sometimes it ends quickly. It's, great. Like, that was annoying. Now we're fine. Keep moving. This was not one of those days.
Yeah.
This was one of those butt kick days where it's like, well, shit.
Right.
Like, and this is where we are.
This is how we get here. This is also how we get into arguments.
Okay.
Have you not noticed that?
Well, I think it has more to do with, like, I think something is wrong. I don't think you're identifying it as a migraine
Right.
or a predome to a migraine.
Right.
And I, like, personally, I kind of feel like you're just sitting there like, what is your problem, stupid?
Right.
And it's like, okay, and it's not like I'm sitting there going, gee, I wonder what he thinks is wrong. Like, I'm getting filled in. And I'm not emotionally reacting well to it. When it's like, get on the page. And it's like, go jump off a bridge.
Yeah.
Like, that's
really I'm quite sure the emphasis tree fight was during one of your migraines. It had to have been.
possible. But anywho.
Anywho, I'm almost there.
Okay.
No, my page is not anything like Planning with Bumbles. She does those gorgeous pages that I am like, how? How do you run your life with this Bumble? Like, explain this to me. Like I'm 4.
So is she one of those that it's all about the art?
She's one of those, it's all about the beauty. Like she has boxes out of days, and you're like, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Okay. Like I'm ready to show my page. We got to figure out where some information goes in my page. Put my worksheet.
You're up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm replacing the worksheets.
Woohoo!
Back where they belong. Then I'll take them through the rest of the system. Yay. So here's my week. I'm tracking my routines down here because that's part of my goal is to do my morning, my opening routine, and my night routine. The shows are here. The work schedule's here. And then the next page will be all the tasks that I've got to get done this week. I'm going to go through and assign them days, and they go there. And then notes pages for me to write on. And then a reflection page for the weekly reflection. How did this work? Did it work? Did it not work? But let's move back to our one of Brenda's favorite, who isn't here, is part of Psychic That Plans.
Oh, she'll come in. She'll leave us comments.
Hopefully. All right. I am, however, going to do something I'm not normally going to do, but I want to remember that she's coming on Saturday.
Yes.
There's a spray bottle there.
The Mama Night.
Yes. And, ooh, laundry. We'll stamp for laundry. I don't have to go shopping.
Nope.
There's a little stamp here for weights, so put a weight there. Wednesday I'm doing yoga. Monday I should do gym. Tuesday gym. Trainer. Eric, so neither. No, I should get time to go to the gym that morning. Gym. So this system does let me use like things we haven't used. As I'm looking for the weather one that I like.
Yes.
Like that has become the new favorite. I just need to find stamps for the other conditions of weather.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? While we're talking, I'm meaning to do this, but I keep not doing it.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring up the Amazon and see what I can find
Okay.
for that.
Yeah. But anyway, I got a little section over here so I can put my goals. We have my work hours here. We have the shows here. We have my routines and appointments here. And once these become natural habit to me again, because for those that, are just joining us, I used to be a midnighter. Now I'm a day shifter. It's a total fucking change of the world.
Yes.
Yes.
It is very different. It is so much different.
So I'm basically going to
done with the friction line, right?
Huh?
We're done with the friction line, right?
With the original friction line, we're done. The new friction line, we're not. This one, it's by pilot. The ball friction, that is this style, we like.
Okay. Because I was going to say they technically have stamps
Okay.
for weather from Pilot.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm not loving it.
Yeah, I wish we could remember
Like-
what brand this is, because I like these. I just need the rest of them.
Well, yeah, and I think that's the problem is I think that's all that came with.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a very that's cool,
Mm-hmm.
needs more.
Okay.
Like didn't really hit the mark.
Right.
So yeah, we'll be on the lookout for more.
All right. So let's see. What's Monday going to bring me?
All right, so Monday we were partly cloudy.
Okay. Temp?
79 and 55.
Ooh, that's kind of really cool. Well, that's a bacon night.
Yeah, really. We might get to do some of that this week.
Yeah.
Tuesday is sunny.
Okay. Okay.
80 and 57.
Okay.
Wednesday is partly cloudy.
Okay.
83 and 64.
Okay.
We have scattered thunderstorms on Thursday.
Okay.
79 and 65.
Okay.
Scattered thunderstorms on Friday.
Okay.
80 and 65.
Okay.
Showers on Saturday. '83 and 66.
Okay.
And then Sunday is thunderstorms.
Hey, Shannon. Would love to have your feedback on my new layout.
84 and 66.
Okay.
There you go.
Yay. We'll see if she pops back in and says that, because I know she's packing her raffle bags. That'll be all fun. So anyway, that's the layout for the week. That's just the plans. These little white spaces or appointment spaces for me. And then task list here, and then just a note page here.
Very awesome.
Yeah. You know, and yes, I know there is 8 boxes. This one down here is going to be turned into a habit tracker for the things I do every day. Like my correspond, post feedback, post opening, post this, post that. That's just going to be this box, so I'm not rewriting that 100 times.
Nice.
Yeah. But then, we move into the next section of this planner, because once you get through the weeks, there's another section here. And that's the journaling section. We're going Classic Horizon. And one week when we have time, I'm going to decorate this because normally all the planning you guys just saw me do, I do before the show. So this is the journaling. And then, of course, I'm on Life Reader, and it's a new system, so I have the manual here for it. And then I have my future plan section. So that I can future plan, because, we have a big trip we have two big things in September. I'm going up to Earth Magic in September, be looking for class announcements there. And then we're taking a weekend to New York, one way or another. So that'll be fun. So September is going to be a different time, and it'll be fun. So that's my planner for the month. Yes. Feedback now that you see the whole system in play?
I'm liking it. I think you're going to be able to rock that a little bit better, and having it all together, I think, will make more sense.
Yeah. It takes me to a one planner box, and we're not at, and we might get there. Like, I might have to order expander rings, which is the reason why I'm taking the month off of the work planner system, the work life planner case, because if I have to go expander rings, then,
it doesn't work.
That one won't work. So, but it gives me a chance to use some of my covers because I've got some really cool covers.
You do.
Yeah, and I do have a deluxe black set that I can use. So, but anyway, so we will file July into the records of records and move along.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So, any hope that, come January 1, when it's ready for a new planner, we can get you into the HP90 digital?
I don't think I'm there yet.
Okay.
Like, I'm not calling it hopeless. I'm just saying I don't think I'm there yet. Like,
very cool.
I like it. I think it's cool. I think it works great, especially if you're working set hours or you need to accumulate a set number of hours.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot of flexibility with my schedule,
Mm-hmm.
which, like, that's why I was able to take over some of the household stuff.
Right.
Is because I can flex it around.
Right. Well, part of the system, and this part I'm not currently using, is like, you had allotted 30 minutes to clean the toaster oven. Well, that's 2 time blocks.
Right.
No, 1 time block.
One time.
It's not in this system. I'm not up to that point yet because we're still trying to get a handle on everything to figure out, like, how many time blocks does this take and how many time blocks does that take.
Right. And I think for me, like, some of that is like innate, that I'm like, I'll clean the toaster oven, that'll take me like 30 minutes.
Right.
Because I knew it was like the toaster oven was in rough shape. Yeah. Like, poor toaster oven. It got abused. Like, we abuse it. It, like, God knows, it takes some beatings. But I did not, like, I knew it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
I just did not imagine there was a way in which that was going to take as long as it did.
Yep.
Like, it would just, it became a rabbit hole.
It did. All right, guys. Well, we hope you have a productive week. I will be on. We will have shows. We do have a guest, Lisa, for the Psychic Coffee Shop at 8 p.m. on Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for the Energy Overview, where you guys will be able to see what your month is going to be looking like according to the tarot based on your star signs. Until then, we do want to take a moment to thank our baristas.
We do, but I think you got one more thing to do.
Oh, yes, I do. Sorry.
Week ahead tarot.
Yes. Let's pull the planner. Let me put the planner stuff in a spot so that I can get a good shot of the tarot. Because I think I'm going to do what I've been doing with it, which is uploading it to my TikToker and that. There's that. Yep. All right. Let's reset the deck first.
Absolutely.
I do this a lot of times. This is normally pre-show. And what you're doing is you're resetting them and letting them move where they want to, because cards will get stuck. Point of it is to get them in different locations.
Let them move. Let them do some things. And it's a little bit more than a shuffle would sometimes do.
Yeah. I know some people go through and they put every card in order, and I'm like, that takes too much time. I've never met a deck that's like that.
Oh, and more importantly, don't ever do that to him, not even with playing cards.
Oh, God. Well, I'm fixing it.
You're still mad at a friend.
I am still mad at him. He is not allowed to touch a deck.
So mad. So mad. Like, we didn't even realize he was doing it. And until like we started trying to play Rummy, and it was like, what in the hell is up with the cards?
Mm-hmm.
And the next time he came over, we realized he was sitting there, and I think just as a nervous habit, would grab a deck of playing cards and put them in order.
Right.
And would do it to every deck we had.
Yeah.
And it was like, dude,
do not touch my tarot and stay away from my Rummy deck.
Yes.
Now, my Canasta deck, he can shuffle that all he wanted.
Yeah. That one will be fine. Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Okay, they're ready. Ooh, okay, this week's going to be a rough one. First out of the gate, you're stressing and worrying yourself with the 9 of Swords. You're not getting enough rest. You're allowing things to bother you. Then midweek, you're going to be looking at what you don't have. You know, you ain't got this, you ain't got that, your paycheck didn't make it, whatever. It's going to be a strain, it's going to be a stress, it's going to be a worry. But remember, there are still 2 cups you're holding up. Normally a relationship, normally, you haven't lost everything. Moving forward, we have the Queen of Cups, which shows you finding balance in your emotions and holding on to what's important. So overall, this transition from July to August, you may be looking at what you don't have. You may be stressing about your goals and your organizational systems, and all that's leading you to remember what your root is. Okay? So that's your weekly overview. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. All right. Let's transition. Move. There you go.
All right, so of course we want to thank Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda, Shannon C, Shannon D, Lady Gwendolyn, Charles Shaw, Tracy Van, Caitlin Bell, and Devin. If you'd like to learn more about the show, us, or how you too can become a Patreon sponsor and receive all the wonderful benefits our baristas receive, please visit us at PCSPNetwork.com.
Yes. You guys have a great evening. Bye, y'all.
Bye.